to your Superman news video for the week May 16th to May 22nd, 2014. Our top news stories in this week's Speeding Bulletin include Warner Brothers announces the official title for the Batman vs Superman movie, Greg Pak and Charles Soule spoke about Superman Doomed, and JLA Adventures Trapped in Time is now available everywhere on DVD. Let's check out these stories and more in this week's Speeding Bulletin. In movie news, Warner Brothers Pictures announced that filming is underway on the Superman-Batman movie, which is officially titled Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice. The highly anticipated action-adventure film from director Zack Snyder will star Henry Cavill in the role of Superman and Clark Kent and Ben Affleck as Batman Bruce Wayne. Principal photography will take place on location in Michigan Motion Picture Studios and on location in and around Detroit, Michigan, Illinois, Africa and the South Pacific. The film is set to open worldwide on May 6, 2016. A number of photos have popped up on Facebook, snapped during filming for the Superman-Batman movie on location in Detroit, Michigan this week. Director Zack Snyder can be seen in one photo, while the lady in blue is none other than Gal Gadot in her role as Diana Prince, aka Wonder Woman. In an interview with the Happy, Sad, Confused podcast, Jesse Eisenberg spoke about his reasons for taking on the role of Lex Luthor in the upcoming movie. He said, "The character is, luckily, a really great character. Actors can sometimes find really cool things in characters that aren't written well. This character is written really well." Superman fan Jeff Frost drove by the Yorkville, Illinois location for the Kent farmhouse, which has been reconstructed after being torn down at the completion of Man of Steel. Jeff snapped a few photos and this video as the crew got the house ready for use in the upcoming Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice movie. Warner Brothers Home Entertainment released a new preview clip from JLA Adventures Trapped in Time, the all-new 44-minute DC Comics original movie featuring iconic Justice League characters, which is available on DVD now. Order the DVD from supermanhomepage.com/shop. In TV news, Warner Archive Instant is now streaming 50 animated episodes of The New Adventures of Superman and The New Adventures of Batman, with the animated Aquaman series making its debut this June on the popular streaming service. Warner Archive Instant is now even easier to incorporate into your digital life through AirPlay on Apple TV. Simply download the app and log in for access to hundreds of films and TV series episodes. In comic book news, Comicosity.com sat down for a chat with Greg Pak and Charles Soule to discuss the Superman Doomed event currently taking place across most of the main Superman comic book titles. With Superman Doomed #1 and Action Comics #31 both having been released this past week, the guys spoke about the impact of this story on Superman as a character, with Soule saying, "Sometimes you have to make decisions where you don't know who you're going to be on the other side, you don't know what's going to happen, you just know there's a right choice and a wrong choice, and you make that right choice even though it's not perfect." As the writer of both Action Comics and Batman Superman, Greg Pak has shown a willingness to include Superman's supporting cast of characters into his stories, with Lana Lang, Lois Lane, Jimmy Olsen and others heavily involved with the current Doomed saga. Sitting down for a chat with comicbookresources.com, Pak spoke about the importance of Superman's supporting characters and his plans to bring in more. He said, "All of these characters give us a great way to bring certain elements out in Superman." As they prepare to take over the Superman comic book title with issue number 32, writer Jeff Johns and artist John Romita Jr. spoke with comicbookresources.com about their plans to shake things up with new characters and new villains. John said, "Our goal is to challenge Superman with new threats that he's never faced before, new antagonists, and introduce new characters like Ulysses that will resonate with Superman but are a mystery and are unfamiliar." With the Future's End saga currently playing out on a weekly basis, with issue number 3 out this week, DC Comics has announced that in September all the titles across the DC Universe will also flash forward 5 years into a possible future, with special one-issue stories examining where each title's characters are at that point in time. This week, DC also shared the upcoming 3D motion covers of the titles that will mark the first week of participation in the event. DC Comics released their August 2014 solicitations this week, and we highlighted for you all the Superman-related comics listed. Of special note was the Multiversity #1 issue, where you'll meet the Super Sons of Superman and Batman and many other exotic characters in Grant Morrison's new series. And Superboy #34, the final issue of this title, in which Superboy battles an army of Superboys from across the multiverse. Check out the complete list of Superman-related titles in the August solicitations at our website now. Superman comic books we reviewed this week included Superman Doomed #1, which was reviewed by Michael Bailey, who gave it a 4 out of 5, saying, "The first chapter was great and had me wanting to read more." Michael also reviewed Action Comics #31, saying Greg Pak did a fantastic job with this issue, and he gave this a 4 out of 5 score. Superboy #31 was reviewed by Adam DeChannel, who gave it a 4 out of 5, saying this issue was very fast-paced and a joy to read. T.A. Hewitt reviewed Superman Wonder Woman #8, giving it a 2 out of 5, describing the story as Superman feeling sorry for himself, Wonder Woman being clueless, and Batman being for the sake of being. Justice League Beyond 2.0 Chapter 20 was also reviewed by T.A., who called it an excellent issue from start to finish, and he gave it a 5 out of 5 score. Matt Shaw reviewed Smallville Lantern #10, saying, probably the best cliffhanger ending this series has done yet, and he rated this a 4 out of 5. And from last week, Alyssa Gossage reviewed Batman Superman #10, saying if I had to describe his story in one word, that word would be fun, and she rated this a 4 out of 5. Superman comics available this week from May 21st include Infinite Crisis Chapter 1 digital comic has been available since May 19th, Batman Beyond Universe #10 print edition, Batman Superman #11, which is available in a variant cover, and a digital combo pack. Forever Evil #7, which is available in a variant Robot Chicken cover, a Batman and Robin cover, a Lex Luthor cover, and a Batman cover. Justice League #30, which is available in a variant cover, and a digital combo pack. New 52 Futures End #3, Scribblenauts Unmasked Crisis of Imagination #5, Supergirl #31, Smallville Lantern Chapter 11 digital comic will be available May 23rd, and Showcase presents Super Friends Volume 1 trade paperback. You'll play like a superhero during those hot and heavy poker games with these great looking playing cards. Pick up these DC Comics Superman playing cards for just $6.09. Or how about these Justice League of America playing cards, also just $6.09. These and other great playing cards are available from your one-stop Superman shop, the Superman Homepage online store at supermanhomepage.com/shop. In other news, DC Entertainment posted a video from the launch of the Superman Hall of Heroes in Times Square last week, honouring real-life, everyday heroes, the people who make a positive difference in the lives of others. Find out how you can induct a hero from your life into the Hall of Heroes at supermanhallofheroes.com. DC Comics and Dale Earnhardt Jr. unveiled the Superman paint scheme for the driver's #8 Chevy, which he'll be driving around the Charlotte Motor Speedway this weekend. The National Guard is Earnhardt's big sponsor, but on his car, the Guard's logo takes a bit of a back seat to a giant, muscly Superman figure sporting a classic one-fist forward flying pose, cape billowing out behind him. The Superman car is just the first step in a larger presence for DC Comics in NASCAR over the next 3 years. Fans in Singapore will be able to ride on the Mount Faber to Sentosa cable cars in the company of DC's superheroes from the end of May until March 2015. As part of a 40th anniversary facelift for the Singapore cable car, 45 cable cars will be wrapped with graphics of DC Comics characters such as Superman and Batman. This means that 2/3 of the entire fleet will be decked out in the superhero theme, both inside the cabins as well as outside. If you missed it, our special guest on our live radio show this week was comic book writer and Superman fan Josh Elder, who spoke about his career, his Dear Superman story from The Adventures of Superman, being a Superman fan, and much more. Check out the hour-long interview at supermanhomepage.com/live. Last but by no means least, if you have an interest in science, then you absolutely must check out Zach's The Lex Files 5-part essay on kryptonite, which were published on our website this week. Go to supermanhomepage.com now to check it out. That's all the Superman news there was for the week May 16th to May 22nd. I'm Steve Younis from supermanhomepage.com.
Great Scott. Great Scott. Great Scott.
Kuk askente ka ashala waitanak dujde. Oh, I'm sorry. I was doing my Kryptonian language. Hello, everyone, and welcome to a fabulous episode of Great Scott. I'm Scotty V, and topic sort of writes itself this week. doesn't it? So, the new title, or the new fall title, has been announced. It could be something that they're just throwing at us in order to keep us guessing, keep us excited. They've been saying for a while, it's not really a versus movie. These guys aren't going to fight. We're not really doing the Dark Knight Returns story from Frank Miller. We just read that quote because we knew that it would make you understand that Batman was going to be in the film and that we were going in that sort of a direction. But we're not really doing an adaptation, but we are going to do another Superman movie. I tried to go a little higher this week because his voice isn't as deep as mine. But it is, in fact, very phlegmy and sounding like he's been smoking. The new title is Batman v Superman, Dawn of Justice. Some people are saying it sounds really cliche and silly. Other people are asking why a V, and most are still saying, boy, I really wish they would have went with World's Finest, and I hope this isn't a versus movie. Seems to me that the V must stand for versus, although I'm not sure why they went with V. The title's a little unwieldy. It has a lot of words, but on the other hand, Captain America, the Winter Soldier. For my money, I've always wished that second and third installments of the franchise would go with a title, Spider-Man is Amazing, or you know, if the first Spider-Man was the Amazing Spider-Man, then maybe the second could be the Spectacular Spider-Man. You know, see what I did there? But instead, they go with the Amazing Spider-Man and the Amazing Spider-Man 2. Or Superman and Superman 2. Avengers seems to have it right. They're going with Avengers, Age of Ultron. Captain America, the Winter Soldier. Thor, the Dark World. I like a title as opposed to a number. A number just seems unimaginative and silly. So, to myself and everyone else who don't really like this new title, Batman v Superman, Dawn of Justice, I guess it's better than Batman v Superman 2. Although, there wasn't a Batman v Superman 1, so I guess Batman v Superman 2 wouldn't make any sense. Man of Steel 2, Dawn of Justice! How about just Man of Steel, Dawn of Justice? Or what about Batman / Superman, Dawn of Justice? Or how about Superman and Batman, Dawn of Justice? Any of those would probably be more likable to the people who are saying that the title isn't that great. I don't really have that much of a problem with the title. I don't love the V, and a lot of movies are having longer titles these days, and a lot of them have subtitles after the title, like Batman v Superman, Dawn of Justice. So will it be a colon, or will it be just underneath, like the Winter Soldier with a little line, or a star, or a Superman symbol? A lot of people are saying, oh, why is the Superman symbol so small, and why is there a big chunk taken out of it technically? The Superman symbol is about the same size as it always is whenever it's a Batman-Superman comic book or story, and it's exactly in the same spot. So again, not particularly new or something we haven't seen before. That's the symbol they always use when they have a combined, hey, my voice is getting like Zack Snyder's by itself. I'm not actually doing it. I'll get a little higher here, and then we're going to talk about, we're going to do a new Superman movie. Although it's not a new Superman movie, is it? Well, we haven't seen it yet, so we can't really judge. But it sounds like what they're doing is a mostly Batman movie with Martha and Lois and Perry. So there's going to be Superman in there too. But I hope they have some time for Superman stuff, since this movie is actually built on the predication that we had a Man of Steel movie before this. Speculation is that the suits at WB, the suits, were not particularly happy with the returns of Man of Steel. I've seen some write-ups that show it with a -1 profit rating, although I've also seen the numbers of what it cost to make and market, and then what it made, and there seems to be an almost $400 million profit. So I'm not exactly sure where some of these numbers come from. And when I see the good numbers, it seems to me that I would be happy if it were my movie. Anyway, I'm not really talking about plot or here, because we don't know much about it, and I've already talked about I wish we had a proper Superman sequel, and we still may get that, so who knows? The title is really what happened this week, and It's kind of, like I said, a long, unwieldy title. And if V does stand for versus, I probably would have just gone with versus instead of V. But then they probably said, oh, it's too long. But one more word in that long title isn't going to make a difference. And if you go Batman versus Superman, Dawn of Justice, it's not so bad. So, I kind of think that the title is likely to change before the release date 2 years from now, but they're just kind of giving us something. Like a Christmas present. Thanks, everybody, for watching, and remember, the Boy Wonder is not allowed to drive the Batmobile. Not until he reaches 16. It's against the law. It's against the law. I am the law! I am justice! La 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 la.